Good morning, Neil here from the Author Radio Show with my series Who's Who in Santa Cruz on a cold morning in Capitola. With who am I with this morning?
I'm Will Wiseman, CEO and co-founder of Climatize. Born and raised in Santa Cruz and excited to be on the show with you today.
Question number one, are you ready?
Yeah, let's hit it.
Question number one is, please give me your favorite Marianne's ice cream flavor.
Ooh, 1020, easy, no questions asked. Yeah, man, with the Oreos in it and the kind of coffee flavor, oh, you can't beat it.
All right.
Yeah.
That's the leader in the clubhouse right now is 1020. I've got I think that's the top. A lot of people say 1020.
I think it's what made them famous. I mean, I think it's like their home.
I don't know.
Yeah, because I think actually the 1020 name came from the fact that their address is 1020.
Oh, really? Is that where it
Ocean
came
Street.
from?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I was often wondering why that's called 1020.
Sneaky fact there.
Yeah. So why are you here this morning? You called me up, said, Neil, I want to come do the podcast. So what are we going to talk about?
Sure, yeah, definitely. So, obviously this is a Santa Cruz podcast, so wanted to kind of come and talk about innovation that's happening within the clean energy and kind of climate technology space. That's been my background for the last 10 years. I actually paid my way through college.
Which college did you go to?
I went to San Diego State.
Okay,
yes.
good.
And paid my way through college by putting solar panels on roofs here in Santa Cruz. So,
you did?
Yeah,
Who'd you work for?
Tony Armour over at Day One Solar.
All right.
Yeah, back at 17, I got a scholarship from the Elks Lodge here in Santa Cruz. I did, yeah. And through that, when I talked to them originally, I said, I want to go save the world with clean energy.
Right.
And he came to me at the scholarship award ceremony and said, hey, I'm starting a solar company.
So how's it going?
Well, now I have started my own company called Climatize.
Okay.
And it's an easy and transparent platform for investing directly in renewable energy projects.
So give that to me in layman's terms.
Sure.
That's what you just said to me was like a completely different language. So give it to me in layman's terms what that is.
Yeah, definitely. So what we are doing is we have found that there are people who are trying to build renewable energy projects for, imagine, like a local theater or maybe for a house of worship. And so we are actually crowdfunding these renewable energy projects, and you can invest in them with as little as $10 and earn up to 10% per year.
Okay.
We launched a platform in May of last year and have already funded over $2 million of projects around the country for places like low-income communities, a farmer's hardware store, now doing a car shop, a synagogue, we've done a theater,
So here's my $10.
Yeah.
Right, I'm gonna give you my $10.
Yeah.
How much what am I gonna make this time next year from this $10, do you think?
$1, so you make 10%.
Oh, you make I make 10%?
Simple like that. So it's a fixed interest debt product. So there's not a lot of volatility with it. It's simply like if you put in $10, then there's a promised 10% return on that debt. And now obviously with any investment there's risk, but it's a fixed rate debt product, so you know what you would be paid when they're done.
$10, you're not taking too much of a risk.
Not so much,
But you want a larger amount, obviously.
Yes. So we've had people investing upwards of $250,000 to some of these projects.
Okay.
So it's been great. I mean, there's everyone from the $10 investor to pretty big sums here.
Right. So is there a website or a Facebook page or Instagram, anywhere where people can go click on and get, sit down and read and get further information about your company? Yeah,
definitely. So www.climatize.earth.
Climatize.earth.
Matize. Yeah.
Okay.
And so, we have worked with the Department of Energy at this point. We're with their National Community Solar Partnership. We created our whole due diligence process with them and, are even working with, say, for example, like Mint Systems here in town to try and fund some clean energy projects locally as well. So, it's the idea that communities can actually drive the energy transition and fight climate change in their own backyard and use their money to do it.
Where'd you get this idea? Where'd you get this idea for the company, and how did you get it going?
Yeah, so I was doing my master's degrees internationally at the Royal Institute of Technology in Stockholm, and I joined the Global Climate Strikes back in 2019. And my co-founder, she and I, we were in Barcelona of all places, and there was 100,000 people protesting in the streets. And it was this incredible turnout of hope and motivation. But
complaining about what were they protesting?
They wanted to see, the banks stopping funding fossil fuels and really transitioning over to renewable energy and just cutting emissions more quickly. And what we realized is we were all going to go home, and the next day nothing was going to be different.
Yeah.
And if you get 100,000 people together and their best option is to make a cardboard sign, that's a glaring problem.
Right.
And so, through interviewing about 250 people, we kind of came to the thesis that climate change feels like an urgent problem, but many people feel powerless to make a difference.
Okay.
And when we kind of asked, like, what is it that everyone could contribute? Money was one of those common threads. And so we said, okay, like, how do we actually enable people to see the benefits of this? It's like a once-in-a-lifetime wealth creation opportunity. We're talking about, trillions of dollars. It has to go towards essentially decarbonizing the whole economy.
So PG&E is a dirty word around here.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Right.
My house almost burned down twice because of them.
Did it really?
Yeah.
Is there a way we can do? Is there a way to get around PG&E and avoid PG&E for someone like myself or a homeowner?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I mean, nowadays you can do residential solar.
Yeah.
The public utility commissions have made it. They've kind of slashed the incentives on the money you make by putting energy into the grid.
Yeah.
So.
People walking by, no big deal.
She
makes a guest appearance.
So nowadays you want to get a battery with your solar system to really make it, kind of pan out economically.
Okay.
That's one way for you to do it.
Yeah.
And then now California is rolling out what's called community solar. And with that, you could subscribe to a project that's, say, maybe on the roof of this knob hill here.
Oh, right.
And you could actually get those cheaper. You could get those
Okay.
cheaper credits to your bill instead. And those projects get the economies of scale and are more accessible if you're, say, like a renter.
Right.
If you can't put that panel on your roof, then you could subscribe to the system on
So you
someone
can just
else's roof.
plug into Knob Hill here.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And so that's still being rolled out in terms of legislation.
Right.
Like we expect that to be kind of available in the second half of 2024.
Okay. So what do you expect to be? What do you expect to be? What's Climatize expect to be? What's the goals for the next 5 years?
Yeah, so our 5-year goal is to fund $1 billion a year of clean energy projects, and that's kind of our North Star metric.
Worldwide, or
first and foremost in the U.S.
Okay.
and then eventually globally. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Cool. And once again, the website is what?
Climatize.earth.
And you're on Facebook?
Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. You can reach out to us
everywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
Will, thanks for the time.
Yeah, Neil, thanks.
I'm glad you came on the show this morning. Thanks, buddy.
Thanks for the opportunity.
Hey, you're very, very welcome. Thanks everybody for listening. This was the Off It Radio Show. The Who's Who in Santa Cruz with Will. What's your last name?
Wiseman.
That's right. He is
it's
a wise
lot
man.
To live up to.
And he is a wise man, and he's Will Wiseman. I want to thank you for coming on the show this morning. Thank you so much.
Cheers, Neil. Thanks.